Erica, frightening new details about a near killing on board a school bus in Prince George's County earlier this month. Two teen suspects were in court today, while the third teen, the suspected gunman, is still at large. News 4's Darcy Spencer reports prosecutors say it's incredibly lucky no one was killed.
It's hurtful. Like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, my life can't go back to being even close to normal.
Police say 15-year-old baby K tried to shoot the victim, but the gun he had jammed. Still, the victim got minor injuries.
Today, let's take a drive to Prince George County, located in Maryland, bordering the eastern portion of Washington, D.C., with a population of about 1 million, making it the second most populous county in Maryland, behind Montgomery County. It is the largest and the second most affluent African-American majority county in the United States, with 5 of its communities identified in a 2015 top 10 list. Prince George County is included in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. The county has also a host of many federal government facilities, such as Joint Base Andrews and the United States Census Bureau headquarters. Even though Washington, D.C. is the nation's capital, there is still a lot of violence in the area. Currently, the police are asking for the public's help in finding a 15-year-old boy who was wanted on charges of attempted murder of a middle schooler on a school bus earlier this month. The Prince George County Police Department and the U.S. Marshal Service's Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force are searching for the teenage suspect who goes by the nickname Baby K. On May 1st, allegedly, Baby K and 2 other teens will push their way past a Prince George County school bus driver and aide in Onyx Hill and try to unalive a middle school student by holding a weapon to his head, but the gun jammed. Video of the attack shows an alleged teenager attacker holding that weapon to the victim's head and chest while 2 of his accomplices held the victim down. All 3 teens then beat the victim up and fled.
These are the photos of the attack taken from inside that Prince George's County school bus. A detective testified that one of the suspects tried to shoot the 14-year-old victim on the bus 3 times, but the gun malfunctioned.
Tragic, horrific, unbelievable, unacceptable.
The crime happened when the bus stopped here at Iverson Street in Oxon Hill on May 1st. A detective testified the gunman, who has not yet been arrested, got on the bus and tried to shoot the victim in the head and chest area. And when the gun wouldn't work, he and the 2 teens who appeared in court today beat the victim up, then ran away.
Almost unimaginable. We had a young boy who was the victim, who could have been killed.
The boys who've been arrested so far are 14 and 15 years old. And while they are charged as adults, News 4 is not naming them because of their age. The gunman, whose name is known to police, is 15 years old. He's still on the loose. The victim's mom spoke at a public safety meeting Tuesday night.
The next call I got was from a detective at PG County Police Department saying that your son was just attacked on a bus. I let out the worst scream.
The detective said officers found 3 live 9mm cartridges on the bus. They believe if that gun had fired, the 14-year-old would not have survived.
More than 3 weeks later, a 14-year-old girl would be arrested for planning the hit squad attack. The 8th grader is accused of texting the boys moments before the attack and let them know the victim was on the school bus. Officials believe the attack stemmed from a dispute. 2 of the teenage boys have been arrested, but the 3rd, who acted as the gunman, has not been found. Police say the suspect, who was identified as Baby K allegedly, will be facing charges as an adult with attempted first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, assault, firearm offensive, and additional charges.
Now, the judge did dismiss some of the charges against these two teenagers, reckless endangerment and the gun charges. That's because the other suspect, who hasn't been caught yet, is the one who allegedly pulled the gun on the bus. They are still facing felony attempted first-degree murder charges. Attorneys for both teens want their cases to be handled in juvenile court, not adult court, and question how the suspects could be identified since the attackers were wearing masks. Bob Bonsab represents the 14-year-old suspect.
He clearly was not the gunman. The question is whether he was even there.
Both teens are being held without bond. In Upper Marlboro, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
The driver and an aide were on board that bus when it happened. Police say the gun was pointed in their direction multiple times. The teens are expected back in court next month.
To make matters worse, Baby K is also the alleged suspect in the unaliving of a woman in D.C. 2 days after the attack on that school bus. According to the Metropolitan Police Department, on May 3rd, about 11 a.m., Kisha McCoy was shot in the face and unalived in the 3700 block of Jamison Street. According to news reports, McCoy is the sister of one of the alleged accomplices in the bus attack who had already been arrested. A spokesperson for the MPD would only say that this situation remains under investigation. There is currently a $12,500 reward for information leading to the arrest and indictment of Baby K.
A woman in the hallway of a Northeast apartment building. It happened today on Jamison Street in the Fort Lincoln neighborhood just after 11 a.m. D.C. police, some with long guns, searched the apartment complex for the shooter but did not find one. News 4's Paul Wagner has the latest on the investigation.
More than a dozen police officers and detectives descended on the Jamison apartment building just after 11 this morning after getting a call to investigate the trouble. As officers learned of the shooting, they fanned out across the property and inside the parking garage looking for the shooter.
And when they arrived on the scene, what we found on the actual fourth floor of this apartment building was an adult female who was suffering from a gunshot wound to her body, to her face, at that time. And so we're still really investigating. We're looking through the cameras to actually figure out what happened.
Two residents of the building who declined to go on camera told News 4 they heard one shot and hit the ground inside their apartment. Others said the woman was shot outside in the hallway near the elevators. The motive is unclear.
There is preliminary information that there was some sort of argument that led to this shooting, but I don't want to, we need to vet that, and we need to get the videos to understand exactly what happened.
As we were working the story here at the Jamison, a half a dozen tenants came up and told us that this is a problem property, that there's not enough security and there's a lot of crime that's happening inside the building. None of them would go on camera, but they did speak with members of the mayor's office who had come out here to the scene. The assistant chief also told us she was hearing the same stories.
I will certainly be following up on those conversations to see if there's any way that we can help with security in the building. But there's nothing. They are very concerned, and we take their concerns very seriously.
According to the Washington Business Journal, the building was sold last year to a local real estate firm for $78 million. According to D.C. police, today's homicide is the 73rd in the city so far this year, compared to 61 at this same time last year. Overall violent crime is up 9%.
The terrorized mother of a school bus attack victim tells us she's trying to move her entire family out of Prince George's County. Police are searching for the alleged gunman, just 15. That teen, who police have only identified as Baby K, is charged with attempted murder as an adult. Baby K is accused of trying to shoot and kill a 14-year-old on a school bus. But that's not all. Baby K is also the suspect in the murder of a 23-year-old woman in D.C. In another twist, sources tell WUSA 9 that murdered woman was the sister of one of Baby K's alleged accomplices in the bus attack. Police are actively searching for Baby K. We learned he actually stars in a pair of YouTube videos that have been racking up views. But as our Scott Broom reports, frustrated authorities have still not caught up to him.
In Baby K's music videos, he can be seen showing off a handgun with an extended magazine. A 15-year-old still on the run tonight after allegedly trying to kill an 8th grader on a school bus in Prince George's County and accused of shooting and killing the sister of a friend just 2 days after the bus attack. And the terror out there is real. The mother of the school bus victim spoke by phone to me today and asked WUSA 9 to protect her identity as she talked about her effort to raise money to relocate her family out of town.
We're living in fear. I need to get him as far as I can from this area, and we don't ever need to come back. I just want him caught and off the streets. He is wreaking havoc.
He showed me his chain, took it right off and quit.
Meanwhile, Baby K has been on YouTube all along, raps referencing carjacking and that Glock pistol. WUSA 9 has confirmed the 15-year-old is a suspect in the murder of 23-year-old Kisha McCoy, who was shot in the face May 3rd inside this apartment building on Jamison Street Northeast. McCoy was the sister of a juvenile accused of being one of 2 Baby K accomplices that held the victim down during the school bus attack.
Only 15 and allegedly causing all kind of havoc on the streets of Maryland and D.C. Then he allegedly took the life of Kisha, who was the sister of one of his friends. It's beyond crazy. My personal opinion, she found out about what happened May 1st on that school bus and probably was going to turn him in, so he took her life. Now he is on the run and someone is hiding him out, knowing that he allegedly tried to unalive an 8th grader and then took the life of a young mother who was loved and did not deserve what happened to her. So my question is, who is to blame for kids toting weapons and taking lives? How do we get illegal guns off the street? There are so many factors that play into the deadly violence in the black community. Why is it becoming more and more normalized for school-age kids to take each other's lives and then the lives of others, and nothing is done about it? Every parent wants to protect their kid, but you have to draw the line when your kid is taking lives. This is not okay whatsoever. The 8th grader's mother, who had the attempt on his life on the school bus, wants to move far away and is terrified of what this teen could do if he comes back and finds them. We should not have to fear kids because there is obviously a broken family structure when you even allow your kid to do whatever. This mother should not have to hide her face, hide her son, and try to raise money to move far away. It is sad, and again, only 15, and now Baby K, who is a rapper as well, and goes by the rapper name Baby K 2800, has allegedly thrown his whole life away. He is not even mature. Really saddens me that you can't smoke until you're 18, can't drink until you're 21. However, a weapon that can cause mass destruction is in the hands of so many young people. But let them try and go get a pack of cigarettes or some liquor, and there will be stricter guidelines. I understand they're getting these weapons illegally, but I don't understand why we need assault rifles and all these different things on the streets. There definitely can be change. I know we have our amendment rights, but at the same time, those are the same rights created by humans that can be changed by us as well. America is going down the crapper fast. How many more young children have to lose their lives? I mean, they say statistically, right now, gun violence is the most dangerous thing that kids are facing. School-age kids. That's sad. I really do get fired up about this because I hate to see so many young people not able to reach their full potential and crashing out over things that don't matter.
At 10:30, Prince George's County Police still looking for a 15-year-old boy accused of attempted murder on board a school bus.
And elected leaders taking a stand on youth crime with a town hall tonight. Fox 5's Nana Senor Bonsu is in Brentwood, Maryland tonight with more. Nana.
Jim and Angie, good evening. Now, inside tonight's town hall safety meeting, the community heard from a number of leaders, including Police Chief Malik Aziz and State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy. Now, the police chief says there are detectives across the DMV working around the clock to find Baby K. He also said, quotes, some of the leads are promising.
Where does a 15-year-old hide out? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
The boy on your screen, who goes by the name Baby K, is wanted by police and U.S. Marshals.
So there's someone who knows this young man. There's someone who knows exactly where he's at. because there's no 15-year-old who can survive like that without someone knowing where he's at.
At a public safety town hall meeting hosted by Prince George's County Councilwoman Wanika Fisher, Chief Aziz and State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy touched on the incident that happened on the school bus Monday afternoon on May 1st.
It appears to be an attempted murder.
Councilwoman Fisher is still in shock.
It breaks my heart. I want children, anytime they enter any space, to feel safe, especially a school bus. A lot of jurisdictions have had the school bus cameras installed.
Surveillance video on the bus and court documents obtained by Fox 5 highlight additional details about what took place when Baby K and two other teenagers walked on a bus and attacked another teenager. Documents say Baby K pointed a handgun at the victim and pulled the trigger at least twice, but the gun jammed while the other two punched and kicked the victim.
But there was an intent that day, clear intent to kill. And it was only but for the gun jamming several times that, those who were involved were not successful in what they were attempting to do.
3 teenagers, including a 14-year-old girl who we're told allegedly set up the attack, are currently being held without bond. Braveboy says she will make sure all parties involved are held accountable.
I am committed to getting justice for our victims and committed to sending a message to our community that we're not tolerating this level of foolishness.
My deepest thoughts and prayers are with Kaija McCoy's family and loved ones. And I also pray that swift justice comes and that Baby K, who is the alleged perpetrator in multiple crimes, is taken off the streets before more havoc is done. So please comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in this much difficult time. And don't forget to hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember, stay woke. Things change quickly.